serious?
That was kind of helpful, at least.
You're probably wondering how we got here. Well, this is me, I'm Isaac, and I don't have a lot of people to play Valorant with. And this is my girlfriend. For the most part, she doesn't play games. Her gaming experience amounts to Just Dance on the Xbox 360 and Stardew Valley on her Switch Lite. So at the beginning of 2024, we got her a PC, and after our 3-week binge of Stardew Valley and a couple of weeks of begging, she finally downloaded Valorant. But before I expose her to all of the internet, I just want to say a few things. Aside from Stardew Valley, this is her first PC game ever. She has no experience whatsoever with any previous FPS game, and all of the clips I show throughout the video are from around the first month of her getting the game. And she is totally much better now and is super pretty and awesome. Starting out, her first couple of games, and for that matter, any game with me, was kind of rough. It was probably not a good idea to get my girlfriend, a complete beginner, to play with me, because I'm pretty sure that the people in our games ended up being way too hard for her. But ignoring that, we can learn a lot from watching some of these early clips. For one, as a seasoned gamer like myself, I'm pretty used to multitasking. This could be running across the map while using a menu, or for that matter, just using any more than one input at a time. But for someone who actually had a life growing up, I noticed that when it comes to what I consider basic tasks, this can prove to be a challenge for a new player.
Can't use this yet.
Another thing I totally forgot to warn her about before playing the game was how to control your recoil. Ever since my first FPS game, even on console, recoil was something that I just had to learn how to deal with, and quickly became gaming common sense. Even when I moved over to PC, I understood what recoil was and how to stop it. But when it comes to someone who has never played an FPS game in her life, let's just say that even after explaining to her what she needed to do, she still had some trouble.
I'm gonna try for a headshot. Oh, okay.
You lost the perfect score.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god, you're so bad. Oh my
Shut
god.
up.
You're missing so much.
Stop it. Fuck, Isaac.
After she played her first handful of games and started to understand the basics of mechanics, I tried pushing her towards getting better. Now, for the most part, my advice to her was to practice on controlling her aim, or to focus more on her game sense and try to play with more strategy. There is one problem with this advice. I would argue telling her to control her recoil by pulling down her mouse makes sense. However, I think telling her she should practice her game sense, especially when I don't think she even knows all the characters yet, was absolutely pointless.
Reload.
Even with this oversight, I would be lying if I said she didn't start to improve. Over time, her aim did get better, and she did get better with using her abilities.
Train hard.
Oh shit.
But as expected, she is still a beginner and does make some mistakes.
Last player standing.
Below you on the bottom.
Valorant has a special ability. A special ability when it comes to affecting the minds of those who dare to participate. That is the ability to rot the minds and sanity of the people who play it. While I don't have a lot of clips, I will say that even my amazing girlfriend was not immune to this. There were times where she got off the game significantly more upset than when she started, and in times like these, my best advice for all players is just to take a break. Another thing I would like to add is that my girlfriend would often get mentally overstimulated or overwhelmed. This could either be from too many sounds or just a lot of abilities going off at once. This in particular stood out to me since I honestly have never really experienced this. For me, even in games like Elden Ring, I wouldn't say it ever got to a point where it was too much for me to mentally handle that I would literally buffer. There were definitely times where I wanted to bash my head against my desk, but at the end of the day, I was able to get past it, and the mental struggle I would say I faced was not overstimulation, but something more similar to a puzzle or just a test of patience. Now, I feel that for most of you, you could just tell this was inevitable, that this was going to happen. This part was probably a bad idea. Depending on how it went, she could just end up hating the game and never wanting to play it again. But since the season was coming to an end, I really wanted her to play ranked so she could see how she measured up to other players. So I forced her to play ranked. Again, this part was definitely not needed. Since everyone in ranked plays like 10 times as hard, I was really afraid she was either going to get destroyed or just harassed by someone online. But honestly, it didn't go nearly as bad as I thought. For the most part, she did fine. In the majority of the games, while she didn't get the most kills or anything, I would say that for a beginner, she held up pretty well in terms of gunfights and using her abilities.
Sky kill.
Spike down.
Holy
mid.
shit.
Smoke me.
Wall raised.
Oh shit.
Be long.
One enemy remaining.
He was right there.
I will say that while not recording, there was one game that went absolutely terrible. I'm pretty sure she had a total of 2 kills if she was lucky, and her team just forfeited immediately. But even with that minor setback, after finishing her last game, she got the majestic rank of...
I didn't click.
Oh my god, you got Iron 2. Oh my god. Yup, Iron 2. Honestly, not awful. I was expecting her to get Iron 1, so I was genuinely surprised when she got Iron 2, and I'm pretty sure she was at least a little happy since she said she was hoping to get at least Iron 2.
I'm so lucky.
Oh my gosh, Isaac.
From the outside, I would say so. When she comes back from work and isn't exhausted, a weirdly large amount of the time, she just hops onto Valorant and plays for an hour or two. She said a big reason why she likes the game is that it's fast-paced. So far, it seems her favorite mode is Swift Play, because when she has a bad game, she's able to get out of it relatively fast and just start again. Also, another reason why she likes the game is that there's a clear goal: plant or defuse the spike. When playing other games, specifically Minecraft, she often struggles with finding something to do. But at least with Valorant, the game will quite literally tell her. It's just up to her whether or not she can. But when it comes to having a duo, while I love her, I definitely think she will need more time to get better, since I either end up absorbing most of the kills, or even worse, she just dies immediately before comprehending someone is there. After this small experience, I do have some thoughts. First, I thought it was kind of cool seeing a completely new player learn Valorant. I think I have taken for granted how much mental flexibility is needed for a game like this, especially for someone who just doesn't usually play games. Her biggest challenge so far hasn't come from the complexities of the game itself, but seems to originate from learning how to use a keyboard and mouse and, well, just multitasking. I will say that I am genuinely surprised at how much she has been liking the game, and I do find it pretty cool that she is trying out one of my hobbies and just enjoying it. Finally, for someone who I was expecting to be absolute garbage, she did all right. Don't get me wrong though, she still isn't good. Overall, I think turning my girlfriend into an experiment for YouTube was pretty fun. Not only did I get to watch her play a game I like, but I also got a new way to spend some time with her. Anyways, that's all I really have for you guys today. If you liked the video, please let me know. I really enjoyed making this one, and if you guys have any games that you want me to force her to play, leave a comment and we'll just see what happens. But for those of you who will never hear my voice again, I hope you guys have a good life. And for those of you who stay, I also hope you have a good life and will find some value in my dumb videos. I know this was a little different than the norm, so we'll see what happens. Anyways, I'm going to go. Bye-bye.